This is Tam DeBolt and my glorious new co-host,
Kayla Clark.
And we are here with another episode of Who's Zoomin' In? How you been, friend?
I'm wonderful. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm dressed for the warm weather. I've been so cold lately. Holy cannoli.
I know. Me too. That's actually one of my things. We're not going to talk about.
Well, first of all, before that, tell everybody why we started this series.
So this series was started because we miss our people. And because we miss our people, we know that you do too. Yes. So this series was started to catch up with our friends and make new ones.
Oh, and today we are going to make a whole bunch of new friends because the Zoom room is packed full of people. Tell me, am I not allowed to talk about anything today? What's going on?
So we got our three things that we can't talk about today. Okay. So the first thing is I've been very cold. So I don't want to talk about the warm weather because it gets me way too excited because I'm freezing right now as we speak. The second thing I don't want to talk about, this is a very immediate issue. I don't want to talk about how difficult aquarium maintenance can be.
Okay.
I think it's important that we just don't touch it because we could really, And then the other one, the big one is Wendy's has a new Frosty card. So if you get the Frosty card, you get a free Frosty all year.
Okay. I love Frosties. All right, we're not going to talk about it. And the guests are in the waiting room. They can't talk about being cold, aquariums, or Wendy's Frosties. All right.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Okay, today, sir, this is big. I have never done an episode with this many people in it. I am so excited. All right, so first of all, we are meeting 4 ASFA students. Okay, 9th grade through 12th grade, different majors, and they all have something in common. They are all competing in a poetry out loud competition. There's different categories. They've got recitation, original poetry, and the new category of social justice. And I saw a video. I'm so excited that everybody gets to meet these kids today.
Yeah.
And they find out on Monday. So for us, today is Friday before the Monday, February 22nd, that they find out if they made it in the national competition. So we'll see what happens. So, all right, everybody sitting in the Zoom room, 4 kids and their teacher, Ashley Jones, zoom into the Zoom room, everybody. Come on. Here they come. Here they come. Here they come.
Hey, guys.
Hello, everybody.
Hey.
And wave at my audience. Look at that. All right. First of all, everyone, you see a familiar face on the screen today. We have seen Miss Ashley Jones multiple times connected with Terrific New Theater. So, hey, Ashley, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are y'all doing?
I'm so good. Caleb,
Good.
Ashley.
Doing great.
Caleb, I know, right? So Ashley teaches at ASFA. How long have you been teaching there, Ashley?
Ooh, I think 5 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
5 years. And you're creative writing, correct?
Yes, creative writing teacher. I'm also an alum of the program. So I attended for 6 years and now I've taught for 5 years.
That's great. So I think I'm sure that my inspiration for this idea came from watching our presidential inauguration and watching this glorious poet, Amanda Gorman, deliver that unbelievably beautiful poem at the inauguration. And then right after that, Ashley posted a video of one of her students in this competition. And I think since then you've posted other videos as well. But I thought, how great would it be for us to meet some other young local spoken word artists? So here they are, everybody. I'm going to introduce, let's go. Ashley sent me a list. So let's first meet Julius. Julius, turn on your microphone, buddy. This is Julius Shanks. Yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself, your major, what grade you're in, what category you're competing in the competition.
So my name is Julius Shanks. I am a senior at the Alabama School of Fine Arts in the theater department. and I'm in the social change category of the competition, and I'm so excited to be able to be here with you all.
Oh, I'm thrilled to have you, young man. Thrilled to have you. Okay, leave your microphone up. All right, our next competitor and next creative spirit is Kayla Benson. Tell us a little bit about yourself, young lady.
Hi, my name is Kayla Benson. I am in 9th grade in the ASFA theater department, and I am competing in social change and original.
Okay, great. So you are both, before we get to the other two young ladies on the screen, both of you are theater majors, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So how did you get involved in a poetry competition?
Honestly, I've been writing for forever. Writing is always one of my favorite things. Like, some kids are like, oh, we have another essay. And I'm like, I'm ready. Like, I can get to type in and, my outlines, all that stuff. I had been writing, but when I got the email about Poetry Out Loud, I was like, I have to do it. And so honestly, it's been a long-term interest, but I haven't been like sharing it as much as I have my acting or dance or whatever.
Well, you need to, you've lit that fire, Ashley. She's going to start sharing it. What do you think? Yeah. There it is.
I'm happy about it. It's good.
Good.
As many as we can bring over to the dark side. I'm happy.
Oh, well, Ashley and I have discovered over this last painful year since the world crashed and burned, right, that these two disciplines work very well together. Do they not?
Yeah, they really do.
Yeah, the theatrical spirit and the spirit of writing. Yeah, very nice. I think Caleb also writes, so it's fun that we've got him as my co-host here. And you found same thing for you. You've probably always been writing, right?
Writing came this summer. I'm a very just free-spirited person. I'm always doing something, and so when COVID hit, there was nothing for me to do. And so when that came about, and then right after that, we saw George Floyd was killed. And then I've had all these emotions and all these things. I had nowhere to express it. I had no play to do. I had no school to go to. And I found myself lost. And I began to write down my frustrations. And in me writing down, I was already a very prominent person in the community. So I was having speaking engagements and things to do at protests. And just so happened that at one of the protests, they needed a spoken word artist. And I had just written a piece, and that piece was on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and it's gotten a lot of shares, a lot of love. And I was like, this is my opportunity. And so I use my voice for something different. And so for me, it's not so much writing. For me, it's my voice that I use a lot and to speak up for things. And so now I had this opportunity to show what I could take and put on paper. And I just fell in love with it. Jones has been pushing us to pursue it since then.
Good. I hope you keep it up. I hope all of you keep it up. So I'm going to go on to the next. Thank you so much. I'm going to go on to our next student, Myra Grizzard. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Myra.
Hi, I'm Myra Grizzard. I'm a senior. I'm in creative writing, and I'm competing in the anthology and recitation portion of Poetry Out Loud. And I'm excited. This is actually my second year doing the Poetry Out Loud competition. Last year, I placed first overall in original. So here's hoping anthology goes just as well for me this year.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. So Miss Jones told me that you competed in the recitation category, but today you're going to perform. Are you performing an original piece for us today?
I will be performing an original piece for you guys, and I'm so excited to get to share my voice with you all.
Good. So tell us, I'm going to take advantage of having another senior in our midst here. How long have you been writing, Myra?
Oh my goodness, probably, as my dad used to always say, I learned to come up with stories long before I was able to form coherent sentences. I've always been the type to have a wild imagination. The second I learned how to write, I did start writing stories because I always had so much going on in my brain. So I've been writing for as long as I've had access to language. But poetry, I'll be honest, I used to not like poetry because everything I always heard about poets was you have to follow like this rhyme scheme or this specific structure. But in 9th grade and 10th grade, Miss Jones introduced me to spoken word poetry, which has made me the poet I am today. So I truly do.
Yeah, I feel she's done the same thing for me, young lady.
I know.
She has opened my heart. I
owe Miss Jones everything in terms of my poetry career.
Yeah.
She truly builds the best poets.
She's just shaking her head.
Y'all can't do this to me. Last night we did an event together and people were trying to make me cry. Like, we can't do this. We cannot.
Well, thank you, Myra. All right. And last but certainly not least, our little Melanie Morgan. Tell us a little bit about yourself, young lady.
Hi, my name is Melanie Morgan. I'm in 9th grade and I'm in the creative writing department. And I entered in the original competition.
Good for you. So if you major in creative writing at ASFA, Melanie, what does that mean for you when you graduate and go off to college? What's your plan?
Gonna throw you for a loop. I am really interested in veterinary science. I definitely want to do something with writing too, because I love writing. So
Good.
Something with writing and something with veterinary science. That's currently my plan.
Good.
For me as a teacher too, it's really important to show the students that even though we're in separate departments, we can all collaborate. We do have other interests. And not every creative writing student, like Melanie demonstrated, some of them want to be doctors. Some of them are already doctors, alums who have gone through the program, but you can still write. Some of the actors, dance. I know Khalees does dancing as well. Julius is a minister, so he has a whole other, way to express himself. So yeah, I think we put too many divisions on ourselves as artists, and it's useless. We're artists in the fullest sense.
We talked about this before we started recording, but I think the competition's been active for about 15 or 16 years. So 2005. And so students, my question to Ms. Jones was, did you ever participate in this competition when you were a student?
No, I did not. When I was a student, I didn't do poetry out loud. Believe it or not, when I was a student, I was very shy. I know now y'all cannot imagine me as a shy person because I'm so weird and talkative. But no, I didn't do any performance really until college. I mean, I did the readings that we do every year in the creative writing department, but I was not involved in the poetry out loud competition.
So you were a creative writing major at ASFA?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And look at you coming home to teach.
Yes, I came home for the students because I felt like I could make some sort of impact. So
good. Now, I'm so excited for this next part of our show. So each of you is going to do a short presentation for us of either the piece you entered in the competition, or like Myra's going to do an original piece instead of her recitation from the competition. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with Julius.
So today I'll be presenting to you a piece that I wrote myself entitled A Letter to Myself, because I honestly thought that I wouldn't have a chance for anyone to be able to hear it. So I present to you a letter to myself. I know it's hard to believe that there's a God for you and me when people are out here killing us so brutally. Anguish, torment, confusion, despair. The rage that flares inside of me sometimes makes me think that he doesn't care. Sometimes it's hard for me to get up in front of people and tell them how good God has been to me. And every month, every week, someone who looks just like me is taken with the video for all of us to see. I don't remember the last time I could just be me and be free. Before my dad had to say no texting and driving, he had to say, don't look back while they're riding. That gives them suspicion. And your darker than most skin tone would then show them that you fit the description. Guilty was just written all over you, and you didn't even have the marker in your hand. Son, be careful. It's a shame for us to say that every day we have to wonder, are things going to be the same? My mind can't formulate the words to say how my heart feels day by day, hour by hour. God, it's your love that we need like a shower. So as you look down on me like a strong tower, I need you to rain down on us with more of your power. Thank you.
Very good. Very good. That's the one that I saw on video, Ashley, isn't it? Is that the
piece? That was the first one they posted on the ASFA page, and that's the one that you saw.
Okay. And I was poking around on the Poetry Out Loud page. They've got all different, you can look up people that were in the competition and their poems from previous years and all kinds of stuff. I went down a rabbit hole earlier this morning reading all kinds of things. So, all right, Khalees, you are next on my list.
Alrighty. My name is Khalees, as I mentioned earlier, and my piece is entitled Why. And I wrote this because this summer was a lot. Okay. Just not being able to have school, not being able to have a community, but just everything that was going on in the world, along with a global pandemic, And so much in life, different people's experiences don't have enough spotlight on them and aren't, publicized enough. And so I wanted to highlight what I've experienced and what I've been through and what I've been told. Why? Why is it that if you see a Black person, you feel threatened? Why is it that you feel the need to tear down an entire culture because their skin has more melanin? Why is it that a kid in a hoodie screams crime? Why is it that for over 400 years and counting, Black people were taken advantage of, raped, beaten, killed, humiliated, heckled, sacrificed, and overworked? Yeah, there are things we need to work on as a culture. Heck, the nation has problems of its own. Why does a Black child playing with a white child infuriate you? Why is it so hard for you to give Black people a chance to cope and deal with what they've been through? Why is it that you feel slavery and racism is in the past? Why is it so hard for you to allow a man to exercise in his own neighborhood? Why is it okay to let multiple generations grow up unloved, unprotected, ill-represented, unemancipated, and unreparated, but to expect that same generation to love and obey that country? This is the country that ripped away their identities, their families, and their freedom. This is not okay. Black children are taught early about police misconduct and the hatred bestowed upon them because of a nation that hides behind the law and a badge. This is not okay. Why is it okay to allow one to have government housing assistance as long as the man of the family isn't around? Why is it okay to draw zone lining where predominantly Blacks live to devalue the area? Why is it okay to teach Black kids a sugar-coated version of their history and to teach their peers the same? Why is it okay to judge? This is not okay. Why is it okay to keep Black people in a modern slave system, to imprison them based on an accusation? This is not okay. This is not okay. So I ask you, why? Thank you.
Nice, very nice, very nice. I've learned from Miss Jones that there's a name for that kind of a poem, right? Where you repeat a word at the beginning of a phrase.
Yeah, the technique is called anaphora.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So which came first, Khalees, the technique or the title of your poem? Did you set out to write an anaphora, or did you set out?
I did not. Honestly, okay, this is funny. Growing up, my mom is like the best, and my dad and just my parents are the best, right? And so my mom has always said, like, why questions tend to make people feel attacked. And I know that my dad defies every stereotype of what a Black man and a Black father and a Black husband is. And so I feel like there's an attack on my dad and on my nephew and on my cousins. And so that why question that I've been taught not to ask kind of made me feel like, okay, well, there's an attack on my entire culture just because my skin is brown. Mm-hmm. So why not ask that question that triggers more of a thought than how come? And I was wondering, mm-hmm. why is more of a direct, a direct address type of question. And so that's how why came about. So.
Yeah, well, and sometimes, with a question like why and with some anger comes power. So good for you, young lady. Thank you for sharing. All right, now I'm going to go on to my next on the list. Myra, you are number 3 on our presentation list.
So the piece I'm reading today is entitled Water Girl Has No More Tears to Give. And it's about the struggles I felt growing up half Native American in the South, and also just the struggles that people around my culture continue to face in America. Water Girl has no more tears to give. Don't fight it, just let it happen. Tear into me like how you tore into my history. Make it all fit how you want it to. Erase my whole existence if that helps you. Erase my ancestors and all our false gods so you can worship yourself. Get off your land, it's ours now. Don't think too much and settle into your new home with gifts of soft blankets laced with disease. I am, well, you said you like surprises, so surprise. Half of your people were slaughtered while moving. And don't even think of looking for the bodies of your families. I am American, but not in your eyes. I am the change that cannot change. I am dumb, too trapped in my dumb little bubble, too dumb to be allowed to vote in the country we founded. So instead of moving us, the white men move themselves for once. And with them, they move the ballots and the right to vote, because our tribal IDs aren't American enough for you. I am, so where's your family from? I am, so where do you immigrate from? I am, so are you Cherokee or Choctaw? Wait, there's more than just those tribes? I am no, you cannot touch my feather earrings. I am no, you cannot come to a drum circle and perform your Ed Sheeran cover, Allie, because that's not how they work. I am no, I won't take a video of my great-grandfather's burial for your aesthetic. I am no, I can't assign you which animal would be your spirit guide, like it's one of your dumb little BuzzFeed quizzes. I am Water Girl. I'm apparently a joke. I am cast aside for white people. I am none of my people do much because most of us are dead. I am red. Red like the blood of ancestors killed because native slaves is a kill two get one free deal. I am blue. Blue like the tears I can no longer cry because they're all gone. I am white. White because I have to be. White because if you open those eyes and don't swear your allegiance, your eyes will be shut for good. I am red and blue and white, and I am red, white, and blue. And no matter what racist may say, I'm still more American than you. Thank you.
Great. Really great, young lady. And I'm going to go ahead and ask you this question because I surprised Melanie with it, but you are a senior, right?
I am.
So what's your college plan?
My current college plan is I'm trying to get into numerous universities with a minor in creative writing and a major in forensic psychology.
Ah.
Wow. Good for you.
That's great. So do you want to stick close to home or?
I really want to go out and just travel the world. So I'm aiming to start by going to college outside of the South. That's a goal of mine.
Yeah. Somebody once told me, pick a college in a place you'd like to live. And I went to school in Indianapolis, which is not where I was born and raised. And I ended up living in Indianapolis for, 25 years. So, yep. Good for you. Thank you so much. That was really great. Wow. I'm blown away, Ashley, with these kids. This is crazy good stuff. All right. This is Melanie Morgan, our other ninth grader, I should say, because Khalees is also a ninth grader. All right. Hit us, kid.
Okay, so I'm going to be reciting my poem entitled Vineyard Love. I wrote it a year ago in response to an assignment Miss Jones actually gave me, which was write a love poem. So this is my love poem. I am plucked from a rotting rose. Seeds planted in Alabama clay, dirt coarse as rocks and sand, orange Fanta, the only sun I chug. I know nothing about love. I don't know how it grows, how layers of dirt, fertilizer, and mulch become a flower. I am plucked from a rose and just a petal waiting to sprout, needing to break the dirt but faced with an impossible puzzle. I don't understand your love, your champagne. I don't think I could understand it until I taste it. Your curly vines that wrap around weaved wood with sweet tasting fruit waiting to be pressed to lips. Your love is a romantically, desperately distant ideal to me. I don't understand how you can wrinkle your nose at it, while I only dream of it for my brick-marked garden. I only know the love I have seen and felt. The familiar love that you learn from the bars of crib and hug like a stuffed velvet soft rabbit. Love that slowly shapes you like model magic, made from colorful shapes and figures. And while that love is comforting, I want to know a love that you have to grow. No, I don't know your champagne drenched love, but gosh, do I wonder how it tastes to sip from the glass. Thank you.
Oh, fantastic. I tell you what, this creativity and deep emotional thought from the youth of our, oh my, are you kidding me? I could never have done this when I was in the 9th grade or the 12th grade or now, and I'm 59 for goodness sakes. So you got to reach deep down inside of what makes you tick and write stuff like this. Good job. So good.
Yeah.
I know how proud Ashley is of all of you.
Yeah, I
you've
really
got
am.
to really, you've got to really reach deep down, but then you've also got to have so much bravery and so much conviction that what you have to share is valid. And I think that is one thing that I am so impressed by in all 4 of you, is that you really have the confidence and the courage to say that what you feel and what you've experienced is worth the ears of other people. So please never stop doing that. Just incredible.
Yeah, really, really great. Really great. And you know what? I was thinking too, before everybody came into the Zoom room today, theater is such a form of entertainment, right? You know, we ask people to come, let us take you away to another place. We'll make you laugh. We'll make you cry. You guys are creating work where you're trying to say something important. You're saying something that is socially relevant, that is relevant to your past, that's going to connect with somebody out there that looks like you maybe or doesn't, you know, and we're all going to move forward because of the things that you say. So I'm really impressed, Ashley. What a great assembly of kids that you brought us today.
And this is just the tip of the iceberg. We have many more at our school, in our department, in all the departments. All the students are just so talented. It's a privilege to work there. I mean, it feeds my creativity. I know they're always saying, oh, Miss Jones, you're always doing something. But it's because I'm around y'all, you know, I feel energy to keep doing things. So
it's so great. Yeah, and thank you so much for being with us today. We're going to fire the 10 questions out really fast. So here we go. Question number 1, Ashley. What's your favorite dessert?
Lemon meringue pie.
Good.
Oh, I have lemon meringue pie pudding in my refrigerator.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Julius, dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Amen. Elise, number 3. Do you still make a wish when you blow out your birthday candles?
Absolutely.
Of course.
Yes.
Never stop, please. Never stop.
Never stop. Myra, if you didn't live in Alabama, where would you live?
California.
Where? Which part?
I'm trying to move to LA, so LA.
Good.
There you go.
Right, question number 5, Melanie. If you could only wear one color for the rest of your life, what color would that be?
Lilac.
I love it. Is that now the shirt you have on today looks pink, or is it lilac?
This is pink.
Pink.
Yeah, but lilac is my favorite color.
I'm a purple. See, I love the purple.
Beautiful.
All right. Caleb's got on purple today too.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Okay, Ashley, what did you collect as a child?
Rocks and books.
Yes.
And Barbie dolls.
Barbie dolls?
Yeah.
Rocks, books, and Barbie dolls. I love it.
That's a lot of stuff. All right, question number 7, Julius. You're next, right? Are you related to anyone famous? And if so, who?
Ooh, there's a going joke in my family that I'm related to Lionel Richie because he's from Gaston, Alabama. That's where my mom's family is from. So I'm going to say Lionel Richie.
It's possible. It's possible.
Yeah.
I wish I knew him. We could reach out to him and find out, but
right.
That would be way cool, wouldn't it?
All right, Khalees, sweet or salty?
Sweet.
Oh, you're not sure?
Sweet usually, but sometimes you want to mix it up, you know?
I know.
Usually sweet. We'll go with sweet.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Myra. Musicals or straight plays? Which do you like better?
Musicals.
Yeah? What's the last one you saw? Do you remember?
Like the last one I saw live or on Zoom, because I've been going to a lot of my friends' Zoom's performances. The last one I saw on Zoom was one of my friends' productions of Falsettos.
Good.
Oh, fun.
I love that show.
Great music.
I love that show. All right, our last question before we say goodbye to everybody.
Okay.
And you have to go back to school.
Melanie.
Okay.
All right, Melanie. On a scale of 1 to 10, how funny are you?
She's thinking.
Melanie's a 10. She doesn't know it.
Miss Jones says you're a 10. What do you think?
I'll take 10. I'll take it. I will take that.
All right, so let's run through everybody. Ashley, scale of 1 to 10. How funny are you?
Oh, I'm a 10 for sure.
10. Julius.
Yeah, 8.5.
8.5. I love fractions. Hit me, Khalees.
Oh my goodness, I'm on the spot. I would say a 6.
Believe it for a second. I don't believe it for a second. Myra, how funny are you?
If I have caffeine in me, like a solid 7.
Solid 7. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Well, here it is, people. The youth of ASFA. Look at that. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.